Good afternoon. So we just finished listening to Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears by Verna Ardema with the illustrations or pictures by Leo and Diane Dillon. This book won a Caldecott Award the year that it was published because it had the best illustrations that particular year for all of the different children's picture books, and it's a great book, lots of great illustrations, colors, the values, and the patterns and the lines. So it was read by or narrated by James Earl Jones. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick one of the easier characters to do. So we're going to start out by making a slightly curved line, and then we're going to add two diagonal or slightly diagonal ovals. Those are going to be his eyes. And then we're going to curve the line down and around, and then repeat. And then when we get down to the bottom here, we're going to connect it with just a little bit of a curve. Then we're going to make, as some people like to call it, an upside down smile line. Two vertical lines, and then we're going to add this little curved line coming down from the eyes, which curves down into that upside down smile, and then two very thin vertical ovals. Those are going to be the slits for our python. Now we want to incorporate a little bit of overlapping. So I'm going to take my pencil and create a slightly wavy line, but notice I've now run into the head. So I'm going to lift my pencil up and pretend I'm still drawing, and then I'm going to curve around and I'm going to go off the edge of the paper. Now for the other side of his body, I'm going to continue around. Again, I'm going to run off the edge of the paper, and when I come up, I'm going to go around, trying to keep the body size about the same. And then to get that overlapping look, I'm going to stop, lift my pencil, and pretend I'm still drawing, and then continue around. So now I have my python's body. Now, in the story, they had this really creative sun. So I'm going to go ahead and make two curved lines. For the nose, I'm going to curve it down and then make a little bit of a curve like that. So it's a little wavy line. And then I'm going to just add in a simple mouth. I don't have to get very complicated. But at the top here, that eye is going to come out of the nose. And it had kind of a look almost as if its eyes were sleepy. And then I'm going to add the circle or an oval. And then around here, I'm going to add in just some simple ovals for designs. And you can add whatever patterning and designs you want. You can even add another line around there, and another one. You can do whatever you want to make it look more interesting. You can also add in things like trees. Some of the trees were very simple, and then they had like a little curve like this, and some of them were ovals, but then they had these really cool designs and patterns that you can add in to make it more interesting. It's up to you. You go ahead and add whatever strikes your fancy. Now, once you have your basic elements, your animal, your sun, and whatever things you want for the background, whether it's trees or grass, the next step is I'm going to divide my background into different sections. So I'm going to draw a few lines here and there that are going to break up my background into different sections, okay? Once I have that done, because we're studying lines, we're going to start to add in some patterns. Now, it can be spirals, zigzags, wavy lines, any kind of pattern that you want, checkerboard. Once you've finished decorating your background in each of these sections with your patterns, the next step is to decorate your python. Now, in the story, Python has some really cool designs. Okay. And so you see how he has these really great patterns going on? So you could copy that, or you could make up your own. Then you're going to color in your python, your sun, your trees, and the final step is going to be to take a black crayon to trace the outline of your tree, and then the lines that divide your background up. And then, of course, you want to make your python stand out. So whatever color you chose to use for your python, I would go ahead and I would trace it with that. So that is how we are creating Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears. Enjoy!